The E3 conferences have all wrapped up, and what a few days it's been. We've got so many new game announcements, and in this video we'll be going over the top 10 new games announced at E3 2016. Let's get right into this. Number 10, Prey. Prey was one of the more unique games of last generation. It was a very cool sci-fi shooter, and originally we were gonna get a sequel to the game until that was cancelled. Now we have a new Prey game being developed by Arcane Studios, the guys that made Dishonored. Now this isn't Prey 2 being brought back to life, rather it's a reimagination of Prey. While we didn't see much, what was there gave us a good idea of the sci-fi world that Prey is gonna have. The game is expected to release on PS4, Xbox One, and PC in 2017. Number 9, Steep. Steep is an open world game set in the Alps and Alaska. The game world is filled with mountains and beautiful set pieces. You'll be skiing, snowboarding, flying in a wingsuit either by yourself or in the cooperative play. You can create some amazing moments and share replays with your friends. The game also has some amazing visuals, and it's set to release this winter on PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
This is a proximity flying race challenge.
Number 8, State of Decay 2. State of Decay is back, and while we didn't see much, we do know that multiplayer is confirmed for the game, which is something that is a very nice addition. State of Decay become one of the most popular arcade titles on Xbox, and if State of Decay 2 can polish upon the first game, it'll be something of quality. The little gameplay we've seen looks very good, especially from a graphical standpoint. State of Decay 2 launches in 2017 on Xbox One and Windows 10. Number 7, Resident Evil 7. Resident Evil is finally back, and after the more action-centric titles with Resident Evil 4, 5, and 6, RE looks to finally be going back to its roots as a survival horror game. The trailer really gave you those eerie vibes that the series has been lacking for a good while now. We also know that Resident Evil 7 will be playable from start to finish on PlayStation VR, and thinking about survival horror games, VR could definitely add a layer to the experience in a positive way. Resident Evil 7 comes to the market on January 24th on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Number 6, Crash Bandicoot Remastered. While it's not entirely a brand new game, I'm sure Crash fans will take anything they can get at this point. At the Sony press conference, it was officially announced that Crash 1, 2, and 3 will all be remastered, built ground up for the PlayStation 4. Those 3 games are definitely the best of the series, and it'll be interesting to see how Activision tackles these remasters. These games were originally released on the PlayStation 1, so just an HD facelift wouldn't be the best. However, it'd be hard to believe that all 3 games will see the similar kind of treatment that Ratchet & Clank saw earlier this year. We'll have to wait and see how it turns out, but at the very least, it's good to see Crash back. Number 5, Death Stranding. We've been waiting for a bit now to see what Kojima's new project would be, and we've finally seen it, Death Stranding. The trailer didn't give you much to work with, but you could tell that this was going to be a very emotionally gripping game right from the beginning of the trailer. The main protagonist will be voiced by Norman Reedus, so that's pretty cool, and we don't know when it's going to be released. It's still probably a few years out given Kojima's development times, but we do know it'll be released on the PlayStation 4 and later onto PC. Number 4, Days Gone. One of the big things many of us have been wondering about going into this year's E3 is what Sony Ben's next game would be. We haven't heard from them since the release of Uncharted Golden Abyss on PS Vita. We knew they were working on a AAA PlayStation 4 exclusive, and we finally saw it, Days Gone. An open-world action-adventure game taking place 2 years after a global pandemic which killed off most of humanity. This pandemic also transformed millions to freakers, mindless, hostile creatures. You'll have to fight off hordes upon hordes of these, and while it's not the most original game in premise, the gameplay we did see made the chaotic gameplay look pretty enticing. It's up in the air how this game will turn out, but hopefully Sony Ben's first PS4 title delivers. We don't have a release date, but Days Gone will obviously be a PlayStation 4 exclusive.
Come on!
Number 3, Spiderman Insomniac. Over the past number of years, there have been very good Spider-Man games, but nothing that was excellent and nothing that truly did Spider-Man the justice it deserved compared to what Arkham did for Batman. Rumors of a new Spider-Man game have been heard for a while now, and we finally got a confirmation. Insomniac will be developing a brand new Spider-Man game exclusively for the PlayStation 4. The trailer we saw looked amazing, but don't get too excited. We didn't get a release date and the trailer ended with in development for PlayStation 4, so it's still probably a year or so out. Still, if Insomniac can create the open world Spider-Man game so many of us want, it'll be well worth the wait. Number 2, Dead Rising 4. So Dead Rising 4 was one of the worst kept secrets of E3 this year. It got leaked well before Microsoft's press conference, but that didn't change how great it was to see the game. Dead Rising 4 will feature the return of Frank West in a Christmas-themed setting. The gameplay looks as chaotic as ever before. Hopefully the frame rate will hold up a bit more on the Xbox One since that was an issue in the last game. Dead Rising 4 will be released this holiday on Xbox One and Windows 10. Number 1, God of War. As much as we all loved God of War, it was time for the series to shake things up a bit. And wow, the new God of War game titled just God of War is the breath of fresh air the series really needed. The game is considered a soft reboot for the franchise and takes God of War to Norse mythology. Kratos is once again the main character, now older, and he has a son named Charlie. The gameplay demo showed Kratos teaching his son how to fight, and from setting to tone, it's just a great atmospheric shift for the series. It's almost got a little bit of Last of Us in it, and the gameplay does seem a bit slower paced. We've wanted God of War back for a while now, and what a way for the series to come back on PlayStation 4. We still don't have a timetable for the game's release, but late 2017, possibly early 2018 seems to make the most amount of sense. So that wraps up our countdown of the top 10 new games announced at E3 2016. Let us know what you think. What games are you the most excited for? Comment your thoughts down below. Thank you for watching and goodbye.